in light of yesterday, Amazon said 16,000 more layoffs.
Yeah.
And even over the last couple of years, it seemed to be there was a growth of people doing fractional work.
Yep.
Hey, I'll take this because I have to take this. The point is, there are a lot of job seekers out there, and they always talk about you don't leave the company, you leave the boss when you leave. How do you know, especially these days with everything? How do you know that there's the potential for someone to jive with?
Yeah, and this is a crappy cop-outy answer, but I don't think you do. I don't think you do until you're in the mix and until you're confronted with something that's challenging. You can ask all the hokey, right? I'm a firm believer that when you go on an interview, you're interviewing the company as much as vice versa. But you don't really understand what things are like until you're in the thick of it. The way I try to do it is, and LinkedIn makes this easier, is that I try to ask around to people. If I can find people in the hiring managers network that I know, I'll reach out to them and I'll say, hey, look, I'm interviewing for a role. I'm talking to so and so. What's your impression of her? Like, what are your challenges? And, oftentimes I think that, again, if you've been in a space long enough, there's enough chatter, there's enough people that you can reach out to that you can get a sense of that. But the biggest thing, and this is the cop out piece, is trust your gut. Because I can name chapter and verse every time I interviewed with someone, and this is me going to work for them, not vice versa. And my gut had said, man, something doesn't feel right with this. And my logic said, yeah, but the salary or the benefits or the title, and then you get into that first don't see eye to eye situation and you realize that, oh, boy, did I make a mistake. So don't underestimate your gut. Every time I bumped into or started working for someone where it wasn't great, it's when I had to convince myself